Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You're very, very welcome. So, as most of you have heard, there's been a divorce announcement between Tuface and Annie Macaulay Idibia. This announcement happened, I don't know, like a week ago or some days ago, I'm not sure. And it took some by surprise and others not so much. However, everybody seems to have a lot of opinions about it because of how toxic and publicly toxic their marriage has been, with cheating allegations and all of that. So I'm not here to declare a winner and a loser, or a victim and a villain. I'm just here to give my opinion on the facts that were presented to us, all alleged, and quite frankly, to draw the lessons that we can all draw from this experience and apply to our own lives. So you know how we do it here. It's not a place of judgment, it's a place of personal opinions. So let's get started. So, quick summary of the whole situation. According to what we've heard, years ago when Annie was a teenager and Tuface was in his early 20s, they met. We don't know if they started to date initially or if it was just like getting to know each other and then they ended up dating later. We don't know the details of that. But he eventually went forward and became a really big star. He had a hit song called African Queen, and he starred her in the song. And in the song, she was the African Queen. So that was kind of almost like an announcement of the relationship. That raised her profile as well because she was an actress, but she wasn't as famous as she later became when it was made public that she was his girlfriend. While in that relationship, we heard that he had multiple children from different women. So he has 7 children that we know of, and 2 are from her. That's the wife, and the others are from other women. Even though that was the case, so even though he had obviously cheated and had different children, he ended up marrying her. And when the wedding occurred, I remember people were rejoicing. People were saying, you know, it's good for her, it's a good thing, he came through for her and whatnot. The same people who now are saying something different, they felt it was a good idea. So they had a very big wedding. And from there, we started to hear a lot of things were happening. We started to hear that there were a lot of cheating allegations when they got married. So after the marriage, we heard that she was having a lot of issues with his family, so that she wasn't getting along with her in-laws. We even heard that there was physical violence from her to him, all alleged, but we did hear it. So needless to say, it was obviously, from every indication, a very, very toxic marriage, right? Recently, she's been starring in this reality show called Young, Famous and African, which is on Netflix. You can see it there. And she talked about her husband, her marriage, you know, 1 or 2 things that she'd been going through, the infidelity and whatnot. And in one specific scene that caught everyone's attention, you could see where he was basically saying to someone else in the cast, in front of her that's in front of his wife, that a man can love a woman 100%, but when he's out, he basically could still cheat. That was what he was saying, or that was what he was implying. So it's very obvious from what he says and what he has done all these years that he is not the faithful type, neither does he claim to be. Do you get me there? He has always, from what we understand, believed that a man is not meant to be faithful. And so for him, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way it is. So that's from his side. Now, we didn't know that they were separated. In this announcement that he made it clear that they've been separated for a while, or that the divorce has been filed. We're hearing rumors that she is in a rehab facility and obviously is not coping well with the divorce and separation and whatnot. A lot of people came out in her defense. A lot of people said, how dare you announce the divorce at such a difficult time for her and in such a public manner. Some people said he shouldn't have left her. She cannot do without him. And besides, she stood by him all this while he was cheating and whatnot. So this is what a lot of people had to say. Now, let's start from our point of view. The first thing is, we don't know all the details. So I think it's unfair for anybody to really pass judgment. We do know he has been unfaithful, but we also know that he never hid the fact that he's an unfaithful type. He never claimed to be faithful, never claimed that he would be faithful, from what we understand. We do know that she seems to be, I don't want to use the word obsessed with him, but like it seems like she made him her whole world. You know, that's kind of how we have seen it so far all these years. One of the first things that we learn, and I don't mean as kids, but like when we grow up as adults, is the importance of loving yourself first before even talking about loving anybody else. Because if you go into a situation, a relationship, a friendship, and you're expecting a love from somebody that you cannot give yourself, you are being unfair to yourself and the person. There is no way that someone else can fill a void in you that can only be filled by you and God. So there already you have a problem. When you're starting off a relationship that way, it is already a disastrous beginning. There is that fact. There's also the fact that if you are the unfaithful type, you don't believe in being faithful, you don't believe in being a one woman kind of man, I always say, go with someone that believes in what you believe. You two can do your thing. You know, going with this woman who you met when she was a teenager, who kind of fell in love with the idea of this love story with you, you know it's not going to end well. Let's be honest. You know it's not going to end well. I think there were two things, in my opinion, that really led to him settling down with her. I think one was the fact that he felt like she would never leave regardless of his lifestyle. And two, I would dare to say pity, I think, was an element too, because he knew all that he had put her through all through the years, and maybe he just felt like, I want to do this for you as well. But like these two reasons, they're not enough for a marriage to work. Because if you're going with someone because you think that she will endure forever, that might not happen. And also, what do you define as enduring? Because somebody could be married to you, but be dying inside every day because of the things that you're doing. So it didn't work out, I think, the way he planned it or the way he thought it would be. And from her end, I mean, she knew very, very well that this person was definitely not the faithful type. He didn't hide that. And I think because she couldn't think of herself being without him, she thought it was something she could, live through. But she didn't realize that it was going to be as tough as it is. And, also, by the time they got married, he was a really big star. So I think, honestly, it's not impossible that the thought of, well, if I leave this person now, then I lose all the benefits of being with this star. You know what I mean? It's not impossible that thought didn't also cross her mind, if we want to be honest. So I think from both sides, there was a lot of wrong reasons for being with someone. For someone who claims, oh, it's love, is love. We have two different definitions of love, me and you. Because I don't care about what you tell me. I care about what you do. That's what I care about. I care about your actions towards me. You can write a love song all you want. You can write as many love songs as you want to write. You can go on a reality show and talk about the love that you have for me all you want. At the end of the day, what happens behind closed doors? Who are you to me when no one is looking? That's what I want to know, because that's when I'll know if you love me or not. So I don't see this whole thing as love. I gotta be real with you. I don't. This is a toxic situation, guys. This isn't love. This isn't love. This is something else. This is obsession. This is addiction. This is whatever you want to call it. Don't call it love, because I don't see that as love. And again, with everybody coming out with their opinions, there's no victim in this story. There isn't. There are situations in which there's a clear victim and there's a clear villain. In this particular story, there isn't a clear victim and a clear villain. We hear allegations of grooming, right, on his end. We don't know for sure. We don't know the nature of what their relationship was when they met. So how can we say that? We know that they met when she was a teenager. We don't know if it was a romantic relationship from the start or if it was something else. We don't know the details of that. Also, another point I want to make, both of these people are not very young. I think I think she's in her 40s and I think he's in his 50s. I'm not sure of their age, but that should be the range. So they're not kids. You know, they know what they're doing. They know what they signed up for. They know. They're not kids. And you can feel empathy for somebody in this situation. For those who are supporting her, you feel empathy for her. For those who are supporting him, you feel empathy for him. But trying to make it like he's the villain, she's the victim, or she's the villain and he's the victim. There's no villain or victim in this story. There's just two people that got together without putting the things that really, really matter at the forefront of their decision and looking at things that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been the basis for their decision. And then when they went into the decision, the reality struck very quickly, and both of them found themselves trapped in this thing called marriage that they didn't know what to do, and they didn't know how to come out from it. They didn't know how to stay in it, and so it became toxic for both of them. I'm sure both of them must have done really horrible things to each other that we don't even know. We've heard rumors, but we don't know. So come on now. Listen. It is what it is, right? That is what I think. Tuface said he's going to release a statement to tell us basically what happened. I don't know if he'll do that. If he does, trust he'll be back here to talk about it, because, yeah, the story is interesting. And like I said, we have things that we can learn from it as well. So why not? I will actually round this up by reading something that I saw that one of their friends posted. I found quite interesting. So this is like the last paragraph from what he wrote. And the friend said, "I feel bad for Annie and Tuface. They were both victims. He tried to love her, but she lost herself loving him. That left him with nothing to love." I agree. As usual, don't let me just be here talking to myself. Go to the comment section. Tell me your opinion. Tell me what you think. Even if you disagree with me, it's fine. I want to hear it anyway. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And don't forget to come back to listen to the next episode that will be coming soon. Bye, guys. Love you. Mwah.